are going to talk about Maestro himself finally retiring. Oh, I know there's a say it ain't so to this, but at 90 years old, John Williams is going to take a step back, and he is no longer going to be doing film composition and scores. So this isn't that surprising, honestly, right? At 90 years old, I think you've earned the right to say, hey, I'm probably not going to work on film scores anymore. But he's not stepping away from music entirely, which I think is very, very promising. Indiana Jones 5 is set to be his final score that he does. So let's hope Indiana Jones 5 happens. Rob, obviously John Williams' music is so iconic and has been such a huge part of filmmaking and movie magic. When you think about his career, one, how do you feel about him retiring? And two, what are the music what's the music that stands out to you?
Well, I mean, I've been a huge fan of John Williams. I didn't even know when I was a little kid he wrote the theme to Lost in Space, or one of them. And I have been a huge fan. I remember the first time film music ever registered with me was when I saw Jaws in the theater. Of course, the Jaws theme, and there's other great pieces of music, the menu, or just that scores. And that was a score that I actually bought. I had the record, of the soundtrack to Jaws. And I mean, obviously, anybody can mention Star Wars, but a lot of the scores that he did that I love, he did a score for Brian De Palma's movie, The Fury. That's an incredible score. He did John Badham's the score for Dracula, which is another incredible score. And, obviously the Raiders score, everything he did with Spielberg is so iconic. But it's also scores like, I think the John Williams score for JFK. Oliver Stone's JFK is an amazing, amazing piece of music. He also scored Nixon.
Yep.
And there's a piece on the Nixon score I believe it's called The 60s, The Tumultuous Decade, that I once cut a Star Trek montage to. And, his film scores are so iconic. They're so... another score I love of his that doesn't get enough love is 1941, which is Spielberg's comedy film that he made after... Close Encounters.
Oh, I have never seen that.
Oh, it's totally overblown and over the top. It basically is set in California, where during World War II, and the California coast is basically waiting for an attack by the Japanese, and it's all about the shenanigans that occur in LA. And it doesn't really work as well as you might hope. It's got it's a mad, 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 mad world vibe to it.
Nice, okay.
But John Williams' score to 1941 is great. And the last time I saw him at the Hollywood Bowl, I was like, I really wish that one day they might play the theme to 1941. They're never going to do it. Sure enough, they played it. I got to hear that theme played live in the Hollywood Bowl, and it was magical. I think John Williams has earned the right to retire, and going out, if truly Indiana Jones 5, whatever it's called, is his indeed last score, what a legacy. I mean, how many human beings in the history of mankind have the body of work that John Williams has?
Absolutely. I would love to read this quote, too, that he gave to the Washington Post. It's given me, this is him talking about music and working in music. It's given me the ability to breathe, the ability to live, and understand that there's more to corporeal life. Without being religious, which I'm not especially, there's a spiritual life, an artistic life, a realm that's above the mundanities of everyday realities. Music can raise one's thinking to the level of poetry. We can reflect on how necessary music has been for humanity. I always like to speculate that music is older than language, that we were probably beating drums and blowing on reeds before we could speak. So it's an essential part of our humanity. It's given me my life.
What a great quote that is.
So beautiful. What a beautiful man. Jonathan, you are definitely our music guy. When you think about John Williams and what he has to say about music, too, what do you think about all that? How's it make you feel?
I mean, I can't imagine a Spielberg film being as meaningful without his music. I sometimes wonder if I like, the music of E.T. or Raiders or whatever more so than the stories themselves, because the music can transport me at any time. Like, I don't have to be in front of a screen. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. It's like you have to be in front of a screen to be transported by a film, but you could be almost anywhere by the music.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him live a few times at the Hollywood Bowl. He is a maestro, right?
Yeah. Well, and I love when they showcase, too, a scene of Spielberg's without the music. And then once it's put back in, it just breathes so much life into everything that's happening there.
You know, driving into that, I didn't see that this was going to be a topic for talking about. Randomly on my phone, you know, I have it connected through Bluetooth to my audio system in the car, and the end of Revenge of the Sith came on, and the whole end credits music. And it has the Star Wars theme, but it also has all of the Star Wars themes in it. And it's like an 8-minute piece of music.
Nice.
And that was the last thing I was listening to as I got off the freeway to drive up here.
Oh, that's
as
awesome.
I rocked up here, and I had John Williams just blaring. And you just realize what great music this is.
Yeah.
And how it never fails to it just it elates me every time I hear his music. And it's also been something that's been with me since I was a kid. You know, you grow up and John Williams kind of has soundtracked everyone's lives. You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
E.T. just celebrated its 40th anniversary, and I mean, da na 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 na. I mean, everybody knows that.
Yeah. I've never lived in a world without movies that have, you know,
I know, me neither.
his music. So
Man, those tickets are going to be harder to get now.
they are. They're going to be
He's
very
getting
difficult
close to
get.
just retiring in just general. So if you're a fan of his and he actually does a show, go for it. I mean,
He'll be there this summer at the Hollywood Bowl. I don't know how many more he'll do.
yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm saying. The price shouldn't matter anymore on these things. You should go.
Yeah.
It's the experience.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't, if you're planning a trip to Los Angeles, I mean, I can't stress enough, go to the Hollywood Bowl and see John Williams, because it's so much fun. It's such a great experience.
The Hollywood Bowl is always, you should always try to go to the bowl when you visit here, no matter who's there. It's great. Well, guys, the question is for you. What do you think of John Williams stepping back from film composition? How does this make you feel? What are some of your favorite scores that he's done? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.
We
Now,
want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Storyblocks. Guys, I have been an enthusiastic fan and user of Storyblocks for years. I go to them whenever I'm in need of content creation assets like royalty-free music, video clips, or templates for my creative projects, ranging anywhere from little editorial videos to my very own full-feature documentary. Storyblocks helps you bring your stories, videos, and projects to life without sacrifices due to time, budget, or access to resources. They have over 1 million different story assets ranging from stock videos, audio and music, an in-browser video editor, and they feature pre-designed templates, animations, and outros. Storyblocks uses an affordable subscription model, and their unlimited access plans offers, well, unlimited video and audio downloads rather than a costly pay-per-clip model. With Storyblocks, you'll be able to create more content and, more importantly, better content, all while using a subscription plan that fits your budget, utilizing unlimited downloads of demand-driven and diverse content. So if you're interested in upping your content creation game, head over to www.storyblocks.com/Campea and get started today. That's www.storyblocks.com/Campea.